Welcome, everyone. My name is Matt Stevens, and I am the Corridor 4 rep for the FIMC. That stands for Fatherhood Initiative and Mentor Committee. And today I have two phenomenal brothers who are leaders in our fraternity and in their chapters in particular. I'm going to give them a second to introduce themselves. And then we're just going to jump right into all of the good work that we're doing in Omega in the state of New Jersey, Corridor 4. First, Brother Tim, would you identify yourself?
In all due respect, I'm going to pass to Brother Mozell, being the senior brother. I'll go after him.
Got you, brother.
All right. Thank you, Brother Thompson. Yes, my name is Darryl Mozell. I'm currently the bossless of Mu Gamma Gamma chapter in Somerset, New Jersey. That's Somerset County. I was initiated fall 84, Lambda Psi chapter. That's at Livingstone College in Salisbury, North Carolina. Thank you.
Great. Brother Tim?
Greetings. My name is Brother Timothy Thompson, the bosses of Nu Beta Beta chapter, Omega Psi Phi fraternity, aka the Bergen County Qs. I've been in Omega since spring 2012, and I'm here to serve.
Oh, that's what we're all here to do, brother. Friendship is definitely essential to the soul. And friendship is one of the things that we are going to be helping to spread with the young people that we are mentoring, as well as the fathers that we're working with in our various projects. And so what the Grand Basileus has put a goal out for every chapter that's able to do so is to produce a mentoring program that services your community. And so, Brother Mozell, we know there's a bunch of great work going on in Mu Gamma Gamma. Could you tell us a little bit about what your plans are for this year as it relates to the mentoring program?
Yeah, sure, Brother Stevens. Yeah, currently our plan is foremost is to definitely start a mentoring program. So when I said start, so along the years, Mu Gamma Gamma has always been, working with youth, one-off. Like I know we did a program at the Edison Job Corps where we met with the young gentlemen and we showed them how to tie net tie and bow ties, right? And also we had a session with them about relationships with, women, young girls, their girlfriends, if they had questions. That was an open dialogue, which was good. But those was like maybe one-off, once a year, one year, then it didn't follow through. So we have done many types of mentoring activities, but we never established a solid mentoring program going forward. And so now this year, I guess with meeting with you, Brother Stevens, and seeing your presentation, like you said, direction from the Grand Bosslers, also direction from the Brother Leon Smith, the Corridor rep. He want all chapters in the Corridor 4 to have a mentoring program. And so that's on our to-do list, is to make that happen. And, in Somerset, the areas we support Somerset, Piscataway, and New Brunswick here in Central Jersey. And so that's our current goal, to make that happen. We're targeting and hoping to have one established this year. And also, I know we had, even just last week, someone from the middle school reached out to one of the Mu Gamma Gamma brothers about, did we have a mentoring program? And we let them know that, and he let them know that we're planning to start one. And they said that was good, because the mentoring program that they were looking to do for the young African-American men at the middle school, they're just starting out. So we'll be starting out together. So we think that's going to be a great opportunity. And we have some more things we want to follow up on too, Brother Stevens, based on your presentation about the career, going into the classroom, those type things. So the brothers are very excited about doing that. So which is great.
Oh, that's great. One of the coolest things is, and I know you've recognized this in the past, where you'll run into one of the boys at like the food town or at a basketball game or something like that, and he'd be, hey, that's that man that told me how to tie the tie. What was one of your experiences that you can remember that you would say, man, mentoring really works?
Well, actually, yeah, being out. Well, actually, what's funny, even like when my daughters was at the high school, right, and they would see we met with my daughter out, and they were like, "Yo, I didn't know that was your father," right? And he mentored us with, either like a couple times we did with the Pop Warner, right? And
Mhm.
he was saying, I didn't know that was your father, man. He mentored us, he helped us. That's a good man. So that's the things I heard feedback from my daughters, young guys they say, oh, I didn't know that was your father. So that type of thing. So which is good. And like I said, so you know at that point that made an impression, even large or small, on that young man, right? Or young men at that point. So which is good. And I think that's what we're trying to do, at least make an impression, give them something else to think about, like, oh, I could be that too. I could be at that level, or I can be successful as well. So which is good.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, I know I've been working with Brother Tim for quite some time, and he's kind of really been one of my mentors, just in life in general, as what a brother should really be. I can't think of another brother who is as sincere in his effort to express friendship and fellowship. So,
Right.
Brother Tim, what are some things that are going on up in the New Beta area?
Greetings again, Brother Stevens. With New Beta Beta, basically, it's all about giving back to the community. And my genre is basically lifting as we climb. And with that, New Beta Beta has always participated and worked with the principal over at Engwood Middle School, which is Mr. Lamar Thompson. He has a program over there that ends, it happens every February, basically on a Friday night, and it concludes on a Saturday morning. And basically, he's just dealing with minority kids. And at the same time, we try to get the brothers to come up, and also Black men. But New Beta Beta tries to give back as much as possible. And just like Brother Mozell was saying, helping individuals find themselves, not just Blacks, but Hispanics, all types of, people of color, Black, brown, and assisting them, showing them how to, tie. They have special individuals come in, sometimes celebrities. Last time they had it, which was 2 years ago, because of the pandemic, they had one of the individuals from Run DMC.
Okay.
And basically, he just showed how he came about as he came into becoming MC. But basically, also with New Beta Beta, we try to work with other chapters to do what we can. Like I said, all about uplifting. We participated with Ada Pi chapter of Montclair, New Jersey, with Omega Libraries. With that program, we received books. We were going to give it back to a shelter, assisting individuals where they're going to be able to take out books, read, bring back, so forth and so on. We also have a program we're assisting with. It's called the Free Read program. And with that, we're dealing with third graders. And the last time, well, matter of fact, we're dealing with them now. And we read a book together. And every week we come back and discuss the books. And the present book that we're reading right now is The Class Act.
Okay.
It's a good book. It's basically a cartoon, but it's about real life. We let the kids read it, get their interpretations of it, and then we discuss them real life issues and trying to bring it toward them. We're about to close down, finish up with that book. We're going to start back up in June. And the class that we're with now, they're going to go into the 4th grade. And then the next class we're going to have is going to be another set of 3rd graders. And in August, I think we're going to start out with females. So we're trying to assist as much as possible. Again, it's all about lifting as we climb. We're in a position where we could also assist individuals in Teaneck High School. We have a brother up there, Dr. Christopher Irving, out of Lambda Upsilon, that's the superintendent. So if we need to do any type of program, or if they have any type of program that needed assistance, we're there.
Right.
So he's like our go-to guy. Thank God we have somebody like him that we could go to. Brother like, again, Christopher Irving and brother Dr. Lamar Thomas. And that's where we are as trying to do the best that we can, giving back to the community and lifting as we climb.
Hey, man, that's good stuff, brother. Well, every time I call you, you in the mix with your granddaughter. So you up at that school doing something. So I know there's a bunch of little boys running around that school that know who Mr. Thompson is. And away from there, and I know you're running up there in something purple. So that's spreading Omega, but also you're doing some phenomenal work with your granddaughter up there at the school that she's at. What school is that? And what are some of the things that you're doing as grandfather in the community to mentor the young people in addition to working with your granddaughter's school?
Well, first of all, her school is Dr. John Greco Elementary School, which is for first and second graders. Thank God I'm in a position to be retired where I can assist with her and sit down and help her with the schoolwork. And then at the same time, not just helping her, but assisting with the teacher. We had a situation where we was doing Read Across America, and 2 years ago, I read at my granddaughter's elementary school, and I wanted to do the same thing and get the chapter involved this time. So this time I happened to speak to my granddaughter's teacher. Come to find out, she's the director and head of the program for Read Across America for Dr. John Greco. She allowed me and my chapter brothers, Dr. James Young, Jeff Carter, Shay Lewis, Debbie Passant, and some other brothers, Brian Harrison. What I did was I got brothers basically that's in positions, president of NAACP, Anthony Curitan, sheriff of Bergen County Sheriff's Department, Jim Young, former judge, municipal judge, retired judge of Teaneck, the city of Teaneck, Shay Lewis, retired ITT person, also a substitute teacher, Brian Harrison, a restaurant owner. I try to get people from across the world so that individuals like myself and the rest of the brothers could be seen doing positive things. And at the same time, being men of Omega, showing the kids that we come from all walks of the world, not just athletes, where they see individuals. Because when I told her, it's sad to say, when I told her that I belong to Omega Psi Phi, sometimes you got to bring out people that's famous. And then when you start mentioning names like Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, athletes, their first thing they say is like, "Oh man, can you bring them? Can you get them?" I can't get them, but I could get somebody else just as famous, just as important. And that's what I did.
Absolutely, man. Well, I know I was made there at New Beta Beta. So Brother Young, Brother Hamer, those brothers are superstars to me for sure. So I'm sure that the kids are getting all of the benefits from the brothers being actively involved. Brother Mozell, one of the things when I met your chapter the other night, one of the things that I did not mention was the Omega Little Library Project and some things that we're doing. We have over 3,000 books that were donated to us from Barnes and Noble. And so what we're doing is any chapter that is interested in donating books to a local center in your community, you can just come by the house and pick up a couple of boxes of books. And we have a brother, Lamar Thompson. He's a woods craftsman. He actually builds Omega bookcases. And so you get a bookcase full of books, and you just take that straight to a facility. One of the other things that we're doing, and I want to see if this is something, because I know that you have a number of educators in your circle, and everybody loves to read. So one of the things that we're also doing is we're working with the Essex County Youth House. The books that we got from Barnes and Noble are for little kids, kindergarten to the third grade. But what the brothers did, because we're all readers, is we said, you know what, man, we have all of these books. I'm not sure if you can see my books. can't see it because of the background, but I just put up Malcolm X and James Baldwin. I have all of these books on my shelf, and I read them when I was in college, and my eyesight won't even allow me to read them anymore. So why don't I just donate these to the brothers who are the young men who are actually incarcerated right now, and then we're going to start reading to them. It's going to be totally virtual. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be inviting every chapter or any person in any chapter throughout the world who wants to read with the brother that's incarcerated to kind of come out once a month and read with the brothers. And if you have books that you read in college that are sitting on your desk, donate them to this particular effort. And this is another way that is kind of low-hanging fruit, because all you really got to do is just what we did today, just click on a Zoom, and then you right in front of a young man who's incarcerated, and we can just powwow with him. Do you think that's something that Mu Gamma Gamma might be interested in participating in?
Definitely, sure, yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, not a problem, because we always participated in Read Across America, right?
Correct.
So that's it's a no-brainer. Sure, definitely, we would like to participate in that. Definitely. And I know one time we were, I think before COVID hit, I think there was a project about setting up small libraries in the neighborhood barbershops, right? I remember that, right, as well. So I have a barbershop here that my brother owns, and he's willing to set up a library. And so we're thinking about setting up a library there. So that would be great as well. So we could do that. That's not
Well,
a problem.
we got the bookcase right there, brother. So we'll come on up and pick the bookcase up, and we'll really looking forward to working with it. So brother Mozell, who mentored you? You one of the brothers that's been in this longer than both brother Tim and I. Out of respect, brother, who was one of your mentors, or who were some of your mentors that you can remember and respect?
I guess one of my main mentors actually was my advisor at Livingstone, brother Grady Nelson, the late Grady Nelson. And see, I was a math major, and he was over the math department as well, right? And when I was online, actually me and my line brother had 2 classes with him, right? And I know we just go to the class, but he always used to give us a lot of knowledge about life. What you should be doing. Because I know when I first went to Livingstone, I was part of an engineering program where you start out as the program at Livingstone, then either I transfer to NC State or Georgia Tech. And he pulled me to the side one day. He said, what you should do is, he said, don't leave Livingstone without a degree. And he was saying, you should switch from engineering to math. And he said, with math, you can go into engineering easily. So think about that. And which I did, and that was one of the that was a great information that he gave me, which I did. So, and like I said, he always taught the chapter about life, living life, and different things like that. So he was one of my main mentors. Then I had my other main mentor was my uncle. He taught me a lot about life from a little boy, about different things in life, what I should do, and things about being a man and what you should know as a man, the basic things as a man growing up. So he was one of my main, and still is a mentor today, because even when I got into corporate America and I became like a manager, and I still cause he was a manager for years and years, and I used to reach out to him about different things, saying that I was going through at work, and he would give me tons of knowledge of how to handle the situation, what to do and not what to do. So those were 2 main men that really mentored me going forward. And they always taught me, if you start something, complete it. Don't quit. None of that, right? Whatever you do. He said, whatever you're doing, even if you're a garbage man, be the best garbage man. Saying at that position, whatever you're doing, job. So.
Absolutely. So it's either don't quit or see it through. One of those 2.
Right. Yeah.
Remember that. That was good stuff, right? Well, brother Tim, not sure if I ever told you this, brother, but my mentor was the brother in Nu Beta Beta who kind of brought me in to the fold, brother Lee Nunnery. I was a college student, I went to college a little older because I went to the Army first, and when I got out of the Army, I went to the college. And so when I got to the university, they hooked me up with a kid who had just graduated from college. So I was like 24 and he was 25, but I had way more experience than him because I just came home from the Army. And so I ended up mentoring him. And so I went back to the mentor advisor and I was like, hey man, I need somebody else. And then I met Brother Nunnery. And at that time, he was working in New York City. He was the vice president of the Swiss Bank. Mm. And, when I walked in, you almost remember that movie Trading Places when Eddie Murphy walked in and it was like, good morning, Mr. Valentine, or good morning, Mr. Valentine. That's what it was like for Mr. Nunnery. Right. When I walked in the building, everybody there was like, good morning, Mr. Nunnery, good morning, Mr. Nunnery, good morning, Mr. Nunnery. And his office was like on the millionth floor. And so you can see the whole world outside of his office. And that changed my life because my parents didn't graduate from high school. And while they worked hard all their life, I'd never been in a limousine, I'd never been in a corporate setting. And he really just sat me down and engaged me there to kind of say, this is what you can do, young man, if you put your mind to it. And then he invited me out to a New Beta Beta event. And I got to meet Brother Fred Brown and some of the other brothers. And right from the gate, I knew Omega was for me, right then and there. And Brother Fred Brown was the one that convinced me more than anybody else. I'm not sure if Brother Brown is still with us or not. He was a police officer out of Harlem, New York. But it was him. Yes, him, Jim Young, Brother Walton, some of the older brothers that were there that convinced me to kind of to go that route. I know you have had some mentors in your life as well. Would you like to share on one that made a difference in your life?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's crazy because the first Omega man that I met was at Englewood Middle School. And he was my gym teacher. He was my gym instructor. And then I think I was telling Brother Mozell this story. Back in the day, these are the guys that's wearing like the Bill Parcells gym shorts, the tight shirts, looking like Lee Adler, with the muscles, so forth and so on. And he had a brand on his arm. And I said, hey, coach, what's that? He never went into detail with it. Never. He just said, young man, that's something you'll find out about if you go to college. And the crazy part about it, he never discussed it, but I always respected him, how he upheld himself and the way he carried himself. And I went to high school, so forth and so on, and went to college. And first day at Virginia Union, I met, brothers. And they took me down to the frat room, and that's another story, so forth and so on. But the crazy part about this too was that another one of my instructors at Englewood Middle School was Jim Young.
Wow!
And I did not know he was an Omega man, but again, he was a good instructor. And it's funny because everything comes into a complete circle. And a gym coach ended up staying, I think, a year or two. He ended up going to the Englewood Police Department. And then from there, he went to the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office, Roger Stenick, and retired from there. So like I said, he upheld and carried himself in a respectful way and was well respected. Brother Young, he ended up going from Englewood Middle School as from being a teacher, coach, principal, and then later on became a judge over in Teaneck. So yes, I had very good advisors looking up to.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. Yeah, because it all comes full circle. And the craziest part is when you out and one of the young boys refer to you as Pop Pop or Unc or something like that. Right. And it's usually done out of respect, just because you've reached that platform. But when that first time when you recognize that you no longer just Matt, you Mr., it really means something. And the good work that we're doing follows good work that has been done. And we are really preparing this next generation to kind of take it and move forward from it. But we got two more things that we're going to be talking about. We have about 5 more minutes in this conversation, but I wanted to share with the two of you two things that as the corridor chairman of the mentor committee, two things I'm really pushing down the pike. Right after this meeting, I'm meeting with the Black Pilots Association of New Jersey, and they are doing mentoring. They do a thing called Aviation Awareness Day. And usually we go to an airport in the Monmouth County area, and they put the kids in the planes and they fly them around the area. It's a whole bunch of great stuff that they do. Now that with the COVID, they're going to be doing something virtually. But I'm going to discuss that at 3. My appointment is at 3:30, so I'll be a little late because we're running a little late on this one. But I'll be bringing that back to the brothers, that if you have any children that would be interested in learning how to fly, these brothers are Black pilots, and they'll be talking to kids about becoming air pilots and how to do that. And then the last thing, on April the 24th, we're going to be doing a thing called Career Conversations with Law Enforcement Officers. We've connected with Brother Giles Shipp, is the president of Noble, in addition to Brother Ted Green, who's the mayor of East Orange. One of our brothers, Larry Martin, is the captain of the police force there. And we're going with a gentleman named Gerald Fitzhugh. He is the superintendent at Orange Public Schools. He's not a brother, but he's a great man doing good stuff at the Orange Public Schools. And what we're going to do is we're just going to have a conversation with young people who are interested in joining law enforcement. And then what our chapter is doing and what we're asking each chapter to consider doing is to pay for one young person's police entrance exam. It's $50. And if a kid says, hey, I want to join the police force, but I can't afford this entrance fee, we're picking up the fee. And so we're asking the other chapters to kind of consider something like that. And building those type of things are going to help us kind of move forward. So the corridor is going to be looking at doing 4 quarterly events. Our first event, and both of you brothers, I want to thank you tremendously for donations. You made the video game tournament successful. If it wasn't for you, Brother Mozell, you represented some young people from Harlem, New York City, who otherwise, or they're homeless. And so they would not have been able to participate because they couldn't just pay the $20 to kick in. And Brother Tim, you actually paid for more kids to participate than anybody else in the entire fraternity. I haven't been able to tell you that, but now's a great enough time to tell you.
Thank you, brother.
That activity was our first. Our second we're going to be looking at doing is the aviation activity. And our last for the year is going to be looking at the conversation with police officers. And so we got a lot coming down the pike as relates to Corridor 4. And while you two brothers, your programs are up and coming, you are at the same place where everybody else is. And your commitment is second to none. And so we're really looking forward to working with you. And so as we close out, Brother Mozell, I want to give you an opportunity to just talk to us about anything that's coming up in the chapter. It doesn't have to necessarily be mentor related, but anything you got coming up in the chapter that you want everybody to know about and how we can get in contact with the chapter.
Oh yeah, so the next thing coming up in the chapter is next Saturday coming up. We're having our talent hunt program from 1 to 3 p.m. So we're looking forward for that. That's all we have for now. I think for Memorial Day, we're planning to have a fundraiser to raise money that's related to raffle tickets. I think also we're looking to jump on the popcorn bandwagon to try to raise some funds for the chapter as well. So I know
we got enough popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn,
I'll
right.
support you no matter what, but I got a whole closet full of popcorn, but it's all
Right,
good.
right,
Hit me up and you
right,
know I got you.
right.
Brother Tim,
And
in 1 minute, I need you to close it out for us.
Yes, sir. Real fast, with New Beta Beta, what we continually like to do, and what we're doing is basically every Monday and Tuesday, we're assisting with issuing out food every week. So on Monday, we help prepare the boxes, and Tuesday, they give out the boxes of food. That's one thing. Also, on August 8th, New Beta Beta will be celebrating our 39th anniversary. With that, what we're doing, we're trying to prepare a program where we started in 1982, so we look for donations of $19.82, and this is the 2021, so we also look for donations of $20.21 or $2,000, $2,021, depends. We're just looking for donations for scholarships. Again, 1982 being $19.82 or $192.20, or being the 39th anniversary, $39, or you could get whatever you want. It's all about giving back, lifting as we climb. Brother Stevens, I yield my time. Thank you, sir.
Well, brothers, we're just about out of time. If obviously, please reach out to me on both of the fundraisers. I will absolutely support, even if I have to buy a whole nother bag of popcorn. I'm down, brother, because we could not have done that tournament without the both of your support. And even if you hadn't supported, just out of my respect for you as individuals, just please call me, send me the link or whatever I have to do, and I'll make sure that I donate. Okay. So, brothers, audience, we'd like to thank you for listening. We've talked today about the phenomenal work going on in the Mu Gamma Gamma, as well as the New Beta Beta chapters. My name is Matt Stevens, and I am the corridor rep I'm not the corridor rep. I am the chairman of the mentor committee for the corridor. Thank you so much, and have a blessed day.